Yo, what's good? It's your guy Brahma, and in this video, I'm gonna show you exactly how I remade the beat to California Love, produced by Dr. Dre in Logic Pro X. Make sure you watch it all the way through because I'm gonna show you some secret tips and tricks that you could use to get your tracks banging, okay? And also make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you're feeling the vibe, also to help us build this tribe, all right? Let's get to it. All right, so we're behind the scenes in Logic Pro. You know how it goes. So I'm gonna play you the beat first so we can vibe to it, check it out. You could hear exactly what it's about. And then after that, I'm gonna break down every track sound by sound, every plugin that was used, everything I did, completely transparent so you can get the sauce. All right, let's play the beat. Okay, so that's the beat, and as you've heard, I did it in my own kind of flavor. I didn't want to make it exact. I wanted to Brahmatize it and give it my own sauce, my own flavor, my own interpretation of it. I believe that's very important when you remake tracks. You don't want to try to make them exactly as they are. You want to give them your own fingerprint. Okay, so we're starting with the drums, of course. We always do. I'm going to go ahead and play it and then start breaking it down. Okay, so this snare for sure is used, the Formatic drum kit inside the Apeshyt Drums 2, which was built to be like Dre, a Dre kind of sound, Dre inspiration. That's why it's called the medicinal drums. That's the expansion name. Formatic is the kit. Right, that snare is snapping. This crash is from the Dragonfire drums, which is an expansion inside the Apeshyt Drums 2 as well. You actually get that one with the drum machine for free. It's called Torch Flame. And then the clap, I stacked the snare with a clap. So I wanted to give that snare a more body and more snap. So I did that by adding a clap to it. Right, just in the beginning, just to give it that snap. So, right, whereas a snare by itself, but with the clap, now it's snapping. It sounds like hand claps. And back in the day, man, the funk musicians and bands, what they used to do is come in and clap and have a whole bunch of people clap at one time to get that organic clap sound, like, you know, like an audience. And then they would come in with 2x4s and slap them together. So I kind of did my own version, which is just, in modern days, easier to just add a clap beyond the snare. And the snare is already snapping as it is, so it just added more snap to it. And that clap is from the diamond drums inside the expansion for the Apeshyt Drums 2, the Shine drum kit. So that's what was used. In this kick, right, pretty knocking. It's from the Formatic kit inside the medicinal drums 2 as well, in the Apeshyt Drums 2. So Apeshyt Drums 2 was the plugin that I used for the whole drum pattern. I'm gonna leave that plugin in the description, as well as all the other plugins that I'm showing you right now, so that you can cop them and add them to your arsenal too if you wanna make some banging joints like this. So there's two different versions of California Love. The original one was produced by Dr. Dre, and then the remix, that one was produced by Laylaw and D-Mac, but it was credited to Dr. Dre. So maybe he oversaw that production or added his own, you know, sprinkles to it. But I wanted to go with a synth bass just like the remix version had, whereas Dre's has more of like a sub bass and electric bass kind of vibe to it. I wanted to add my own synth flavor to it though that sounded different from either of the versions. Let me play you this, this Midnight Bass is the preset. Let me play this bass line. As you can see, the bass line is from the neck bone bass preset inside the Black Ops plugin. I'm leaving that in the description too. This plugin has a bunch of funky bass lines that you're gonna love the funk with, so make sure you check that out. All right, now, I did use Black Ops a lot on here, pretty much for the whole beat. And then there's the TalkBox plugin, which I'm gonna go into as well. So let me play you the pianos. I kind of stacked them. There's 3 different types of pianos, or 3 different octaves of pianos in here. So here's the first one, a high piano. It's called Cali Love Piano. I actually made this piano to remake this beat. So I created the Cali Love Piano because I wanted something to be able to make this beat again. So there's Cali Love Piano 2, and then there's Cali Love Piano 1. Right, this is like the mid octave, mid range. And so you hear it sounds a little detuned. That was on purpose. I wanted to make it sound like I was really in 95 on a live grand piano. And let's say that live grand piano was brought back to this time, but it was never kind of retuned, maybe a couple of times in between the decades, but it still has like a little kind of detunement to it, just to give it a whole new flavor, right? Almost like it sounds sampled. Imagine resampling California Love off of a tape and you put it in the stems and you were able to get just the pianos. That's what I wanted it to sound like. Okay, so here's the lower piano, and this is Cali Love Piano 3. Right, and I just did it on every 2 bars just to accent it. So let me play them all together so you can hear them. Now, let me play you this Bruja synth. This was originally done as a Rhodes or some type of keyboard when it was produced. And I believe Chris the Glove had a lot to do with this production as well. Shout outs to the legend. But let me play you this sound. And so that one was done with the Bruja synth inside the Black Ops plugin as well. Black Ops plugin has got some crazy sounds in it. Now there's a saxophone in here that I used as if it were a trumpet. It's got a real detuned, lazy kind of vibe to it as well. Okay, so that's pretty much all it does. You'll hear that in the original beat too. And like I said, it's from the Black Ops plugin with the 7 Muses sax preset. Okay, so now let me play you the TalkBox parts. These are all from the TalkBox plugin, the Apeshyt TalkBox plugin. I'm leaving that one in the description too, so you can grab that. You definitely want it if you want to add that TalkBox feel to your tracks. I could have replayed this with the TalkBox, but I thought it would be fun just to see how far I can get with just using the plugin. So it's not the actual words as you heard when I played it. It's pretty much the TalkBox playing various articulations, okay? So let me play it for you. And I did my best to use the same harmonies that Roger did. So I just was listening by ear. I'm not sure if I got it all the way, but I did definitely give it a similar flavor to it. And that's pretty much the beat right there, man. It's broken all the way down. Let's play it back one more time just so now you have all the instruments broken down. You could place them, okay? Let's play it. Okay, that's the beat, man, fully broken down. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did and you're feeling it, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you're feeling the vibe. Also to help us build this tribe, because that's what we're doing. Speaking of tribe, I'm giving away my drum tank plugin for $1. The drums are super banging. If you like this Apeshyt Drums 2 plugin, you're gonna love the drum tank plugin. It's only $1. I left the link in the description so you can grab it. You also get a 30-day trial into my private producer community called the Ape Army, and it's full of troops that are helping each other level up. Iron sharpens iron. I'll tell you more about it in the description when you click on that link to get the plugin. Also, if you love videos like this where I'm breaking down West Coast beats and how to make G-Funk and sharing secret tips and tactics you're not gonna find anywhere else, check out this video right here where I bang out a crazy West Coast G-Funk beat and I break it all down for you sound by sound, track by track. Check it out.